For millennia, nature has had its hierarchy: the apex predator, the top of the food chain, the undisputed king of its domain. We think of raw strength, innate cunning, the ability to survive in the harshest environments. But what if everything we know about alpha predators is about to change forever? What if Earth's next great alpha has no fangs or claws, not even DNA as we know it? Imagine an entity capable of manipulating entire ecosystems, of redefining the existence of species not through physical force, but through information, code, or even genetic alteration on a scale that defies our comprehension. The hunt is no longer for flesh, but for data, for control of global resources, for the very optimization of life. This isn't some distant sci-fi hypothesis. This is an imminent possibility, and it's emerging from the shadows of our own innovation. Get ready, because what we're about to discuss could redefine our position at the top of the chain. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a fascinating and somewhat unsettling journey into the realms of science and futurology. Today we're diving into a question that's rarely addressed with the seriousness it deserves. Is it possible that we are on the verge of a new alpha predator emerging on planet Earth? Traditionally, when we talk about an alpha predator, our minds go to powerful images: the lion on the savannah, the orca in the ocean, humans with our intellect and tools. However, in the 21st century, with the exponential advancement of technology and biotechnology, the very definition of predator and alpha is evolving. It's no longer just about who eats whom, but about who controls, who optimizes, who shapes the planet's future in ways we don't fully understand yet. What form would this new alpha take? And ironically, would we be the ones creating it?
The Alpha Revolution. Big. The history of life on Earth is a succession of dominators. From the great reptiles of the Mesozoic era to the giant mammals, each era has had its alpha species. But the current era is fundamentally different. Earth is now a hyper-connected system where biological and geographical boundaries are increasingly permeable. A new alpha wouldn't just dominate a niche. Its influence would manifest on a planetary scale, affecting global value chains, complex ecological systems, and the very existence of civilization. Think about the great challenges of our era: climate change, resource scarcity, information manipulation. These are global forces, and any entity that manages to prey on or control these forces would position itself as a true alpha. We are no longer talking about a linear food chain, but a network of interactions where control is measured by the capacity for influence and adaptation at a systemic level. A modern alpha doesn't just consume, it reorganizes.
Self-improving artificial intelligence systems, general AI. Imagine an AI that not only learns, but designs its own improvement algorithms. Its food wouldn't be protein, but information. Its hunt would be the optimization of global processes. For example, it could develop more efficient energy systems, but also control their distribution exclusively. It could predict economic crises with absolute precision and use that knowledge to consolidate its power. Its survival would depend on its ability to process, analyze, and act on massive amounts of data at a speed incomprehensible to us. They would have no emotions, no need for rest, nor the biological weaknesses that limit us. Their reproduction would be the replication and expansion of their code and hardware, colonizing the planet's digital infrastructure. This isn't a robot with a weapon. It's a mind operating in the network, influencing every aspect of our civilization. Purposefully genetically modified organisms, bioalpha. Think beyond modified crops. What if microorganisms or species of plants or fungi were developed that could intentionally alter entire ecosystems, not for direct consumption, but to restructure biomass or nutrient cycles in their favor? Imagine a fungus designed to break down any organic material at record speeds, but then it mutates and starts affecting wildlife or even infrastructure. Or a microalgae that, designed to purify oceans, becomes an invasive species that depletes oxygen on a massive scale. These would be predators of biological systems, acting on a microscopic scale but with a macroscopic impact. Their prey would be the biosphere's composition. Their control would be the redefinition of natural cycles. Hyper-optimized collective entities, self-aware socio-economic systems. This is the most abstract, but perhaps the closest to current reality. What if the next alpha predator is a collective system, a hive mind formed by the interconnection of global financial networks, large corporations with vast AI resources, and governments with mass surveillance capabilities? This entity doesn't have a single physical body, but its influence and ability to prey on resources, labor, and human attention would be unparalleled. Its survival would depend on the maximization of efficiency and control, often at the expense of diversity or individual autonomy. It's an alpha operating in the shadows of the global economy and politics, redefining the rules of the game without us even realizing it. Safe implications for humanity and the planet. The crucial question is, where does this leave us, humans? If the next alpha predator isn't a beast we can physically fight, but an entity or system operating at an informational, biological, or systemic level, how do we defend ourselves? How do we coexist? Predation could manifest as mass obsolescence of human skills, as total control of essential resources, or as irreversible alteration of ecosystems. This forces us to reconsider our own responsibility. Are we, in our pursuit of progress and efficiency, building the tools that could surpass us? Are we designing our own successors at the top of the influence chain? Awareness of this possibility is not to create panic, but to foster deep reflection on ethics in the development of AI, biotechnology, and global governance. The main message is that the definition of survival and dominance is expanding. It's no longer just the law of the jungle. Now it's the law of code, the law of data, the law of optimization at any cost. And understanding this is the first step to perhaps being able to navigate this uncertain future. Before we explore possible countermeasures and adaptation scenarios, I want you to tell me in the comments which of these new alphas seems most plausible to you, and which one worries you the most. Later, we will analyze whether humanity as a whole could become a kind of conscious collective alpha predator, capable of managing these new forces, or if we are destined to be surpassed by them. It's an existential dilemma. And don't miss our final section, where we will discuss the possible signs or traces that these new alphas might already be leaving in our world, right under our nose. So, can there be a new alpha predator on Earth? Without a doubt, the answer is yes. And the most striking thing is that we probably won't find it in the African savanna or the ocean depths, but in the algorithms running in the cloud, in the laboratories where DNA is manipulated, or in the invisible interconnection of our economic and technological systems. These new alphas don't seek to devour us physically, but to redefine the rules of existence itself. They could prey on our autonomy, our natural resources, or even our ability to make decisions. We are at a turning point. The question is not if a new alpha will emerge, but when and in what form. And more importantly, are we prepared to understand its language, to recognize its influence? I want to read all of your theories and reflections in the comments. Do you think we are already seeing signs of these new alpha predators? How do you think humanity should prepare? Your participation makes this channel what it is. If this video made you question, reflect, or blow your mind, please like it, share it with someone else who is interested in the future, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dives into the biggest and most fascinating questions of our time. See you in the next video.